When I was first elected, I promised to make London a fairer, greener, safer and more prosperous place for everyone. Londoners have put their faith in me again and again because I listened to them. Londoners want to get around the capital on two wheels without worry about their safety, so my administration has delivered a five-fold increase in London's protected cycle lanes. Londoners want a better place for their kids to play, so we created and improved over 2,000 football pitches worth of green space. Londoners told me they're worried about the air they were breathing, so I rolled out Western Europe's largest fleet of electric buses and created the first and largest clean air zone in the world. In 2025, levels of nitrogen dioxide in our air fell below legal limits for the first time ever, almost 2 centuries before scientists told us they would have it if we hadn't acted. Londoners told me they wanted every child in the city to get a fair chance in life, so I introduced universal free school meals for pupils in our state primary schools, ensuring healthy, nutritious meals for children and saving money for families. Londoners told me they were worried about the price of getting around the capital too, so I introduced the hopper fare and froze bus fares 7 times, making it more affordable to get to work or see friends and family. 10 years on, I'm still listening to Londoners every day, children, students, parents, the brilliant people behind our businesses, charities and public services. I know that in our diverse city, Londoners have different ways of making their voices heard. That's why I'm determined to make my administration as accessible as it can be. Some examples include through social media, through consultations on key policies, through our community events, through my visits across London, through Talk London, our dedicated platform for listening to Londoners, through our correspondence team, and through events like People's Question Time. In the years ahead, I'm more motivated than ever to build the city Londoners tell me they want to see, from cleaning up our waterways to continue to bring down crime and delivering the affordable homes that Londoners deserve. I'm determined to keep building a safer, fairer, greener and more prosperous London for everyone.
Thank you. I want to talk about estate regeneration and what you're hearing from people who are living through estate regeneration that's funded by you. So I've been out and about across London over the last couple of years and visited a number of estates with people in a range of different situations. And I hosted an event here in February which brought together Londoners who are living through estate regeneration and still feel like it's incredibly unjust. So I just want to know what you're hearing from people living on estates that are experiencing estate regeneration that's unfolding around London.
Well, can I thank the member? She fed back to my Deputy Mayor some of the comments she'd received in her event she held here. So there are 2 separate issues. One is the process before estate regeneration occurs, and the second issue is the process during an estate being regenerated. And I think she's referring to the concerns around the second part of the discussion rather than the first, but I'm more than happy to respond to the first. To respond to the first part of this conversation, we're the only place in the country that requires before a regeneration can take place, if people want funding from us, for there to be a ballot of people to make sure there's an affirmative ballot before the regeneration can take place. And what we're also require in terms of planning, if you're going to demolish any affordable homes, which should be a last resort, they must be replaced with the same amount of affordable homes, if not more. So planning and funding is something we do uniquely in London. Other parts of the country don't. The second part is the process of the estate regeneration. There have been concerns expressed from a number of residents about the disturbance caused, the issues that arise. We make sure our team speaks to relevant developers and councils to make sure residents are inconvenienced less during the process.
So that is, there's a number of things that you've brought in since you've been mayor that's meant to have improved the process, but people are still reporting that the ballot process isn't up to scratch. My predecessor, Sean Berry, wrote a report about that, and my report that I've written that's come to you today will further go into how those things haven't been implemented, because there's still about 140 estates facing demolition across the city, and people at the event said things like residents are lied to about right to return, not being given like for like, they're left in limbo for 10 years, the balloting is useless, there's no guarantee what you've been balloted on is what you're going to get. So these experiences are continuing despite some of the policies you've brought in, so I just wondered what you're planning to do to address those. Well,
the first thing I'll do is read her report, because it's really important that we take on board concerns on a cross-party basis, and I'm sure her intentions are sincere. Just to remind her and colleagues watching this, I mean, the Better Homes for Local People guidance is quite clear in relation to demolition as a last resort, the rights of residents, including the rights of residents to refuse. But I'm more than happy to receive her evidence about what's happening in practice, which of course, I've got to be cognizant of.
Yeah, and it'd be great if you could go and visit some of the residents and hear directly from them, because when I raised this last time, the Deputy Mayor did go, but I think he only spoke to the developer and not the residents. So it'd be really good if you could go and hear directly from some of these experiences.
Chair, I'm more than happy to follow that up.
Great. And yeah, the experiences from residents and the report kind of goes into the monitoring, backing up residents from the start, because it is that power imbalance. People feel like they don't, the ballot process was meant to address the power imbalance between the developer and the residents, but it hasn't quite done that.
I hear her. My concern is the one she referred to before, which is once permission has been granted and funding has left City Hall, are we keeping abreast of what's happening in reality? I'm seized of that issue she raised before. In relation to the process, we did check to make sure before the ballot takes place, there's the right information passed out on the estate. There's quality of arms where there can be, people consulted, and some ballots have been refused. Residents said no in terms of some regeneration, and then the developer, the council have got to go away and reconsider, re-engage and so forth. So I'm more satisfied with the process before, but she's raised issues in relation to once we've given the green light, are we keeping abreast of what's happened? So, but I'll wait and see your report.
Great, thank you. Thanks. Back to you, Chair.